to record this tonight. We are going to be talking all about customer retention tonight. So tonight is all about, yes, we want to sign customers, and yes, we want to sign distributors, but the most important part of this business, you guys, is keeping them, keeping people around. And we can do customer retention and distributor retention so many different ways. But tonight I want to share with you a couple of things that I do, and then I'm going to ask Tawny to share a couple of things that she does. And then Echo and Victoria, I don't know if you guys can talk either, but I just kind of want to get some of you guys that have been in the business for a while, kind of what you do to keep your customers around. So one of my strong points, I would say, in this business is customer retention. I've been in this business for 6 years, you guys. And what I have found is that we talk about this all the time, but people sign with you because they like you, because they know you, or because they trust you. Okay. So those three things: they like, they know, or they trust. So they like you. Maybe it's a friend, maybe it's a family member, maybe it's a referral. They know you. Maybe they are family or from high school or coworker, things like that, or they trust you. It's a complete stranger that you're talking to, and they're signing with you because they trust you, right? People don't care how much we know until they know how much we care. And that is like my go-to line in this business, especially when you start growing a team and you have distributors and customers. And so it is so important that, yes, you can enroll new people every single month, but you want to make sure that you are loving on them and taking care of them. So I am going to talk a little bit about what I do, but then I'm actually, hello, Miss Ashley Hager. I might call you out because I know a lot of us do things so differently in this business, and that's why I want to share all the different angles and ways that you can do things to keep your customers and keep your distributors. But we're going to talk about customers first. So I do like the old-fashioned way, but I am going to talk a little bit about the Connect app, because Connect, our new Connect app, our At Work Connect app, is a great way for customer retention. I am so old school when it comes to like charting and it comes to customer retention, and we have everything electronically now, and I still use paper, but I want to share every avenue, and Tawny, I'll have you share yours, and so everybody can just kind of get all the different ways that you can do it. And then you decide what works best for you. But I want to challenge you tonight to stick with it. Decide what you're going to do and stick with it, because this is the lifeline and blood of our business is retention. Okay. Again, it doesn't matter if you sign them. It matters if you keep them and keep them going. So a couple of things with retention. Now, when I sign a customer, the first thing I do is, so say I just signed somebody tonight and she got the ThermoFight X. So I typically will say something along the lines of like, thank you so much for your order. I am super excited for you to get it. Let me know as soon as you get it, and then I will help you get started. I typically do not tell them how to take it, what to do before or when their order goes in. Reason being, I want them to message me. Now, that doesn't always happen. So what I'll do is I'll follow up with their order. And then if I see it shipped and they haven't said anything to me, I'm like, hey, just, your order's on its way. Let me know when you get it. Again, they sometimes don't always let me know when they get it. So then I'll check it again, maybe the next week. If I see that they got it, this is the line that I use. And it is, hey, Tawny, I saw that you got your ThermoFight X. I am so excited for you to get started. Have you started yet? I always use excitement and confidence in my voice. Okay. Always. Now, I signed Tawny tonight as a customer. Okay, sorry, I went a little ahead of myself, so I'm going to back up a little bit. I went ahead of myself. So she signed on March 6th, okay, and her ID number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's such a good ID number. And she got the ThermoFight X, the coffee, and say she got the grains. Okay, like I said, I'm very old school, but we'll talk a little about the Connect app too. But I want to give every avenue so you guys have options. Okay, I go to the dollar store. So this costs you $1. And I get these awesome fancy things called note cards. And this is how I do my customer retention. Okay. I get these fancy note cards, and then I have too many customers now, which is third world problems. But I have this cute little bag that I just like put my customers in now, because it's just, there's too much to like file now. So I just have them all in this stack. But I'll give you an organized way because Tony's gonna be really proud. I'm not too organized with them now because there's so many, but I'm trying to find it so you guys can see it. Oh, it's up here. Hold on. Honey. You have to ask your dad to do it. I can't go do it. Okay, here's the organized way. Oh, yep. Oh, good job, Tony. So I use something like this. Well, did until I have too many customers now. And it's literally from the dollar store. Okay, so I take note cards and I take one of these little things and I label all these little tabs right here. Okay, so I label the tabs 1 through 5, 6 through 10, 11 through 15, 16 to 20, and then 21 through the end of the month. Okay, so just this simple little thing. And the reason why I have it on here is that I can carry it in my purse if I need to, or I can leave it at home, whatever. But then what I do is, so I just signed Tawny as a customer tonight, right? So I go through the 6 through 10. I take my little note card. On the note card, I put Tawny's first and last name, the date she ordered, her ID number, and then on the back, I put her first order was ThermoFi X, coffee, and grains. Okay. Then I file it right there in my 6 through 10, and then boom, there's my customers. Okay. What I love about this, you guys, is that okay, so today's the 6th. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 orders that are running tomorrow. Okay. So what I typically do, so for the 7th, here's my 7 orders. Every night though, I go and check my customers, my orders, make sure everything's right and good to go. But what you could do is say you picked like the 1st of the month. You went through the 1st through the 5th, or the end of the month, you did the 1st through the 5th, or say, yeah, go please, go. The 1st through the 5th. Maybe on the 3rd, you went through the 6th through the 10th orders. Okay. But the simplest way that I have found for me is that like every night I go and sit down at my computer and I file through my chunk of dates of customers. Okay. So again, on this sheet, I do their first and last name, the date they ordered, ID number, and then product on the back. And then if I have their password, if I sign them, I'll put their password on there as well. Okay. Again, this is $1. Note cards are $1. It's $2 for customer retention doing it this way. Okay. What I also like about this is that if they no longer order, you guys, maybe they turn off their auto ship, things like that, you still have their stuff on paper. And sometimes we forget if they're in your phone or they're in your Facebook Messenger or on your Connect app, sometimes we forget. So I have all of these people are people that auto ships that have turned off and just recently or whatnot. But then I go back and I follow up with these people every month at the end of the month. And so that way you always have leads to talk to. You always are talking to your customers. I talk to my customers almost weekly because yes, I have the method of my cards, my note cards, but anytime it's a holiday weekend, anytime I'm running a special or month end holiday weekend, I will say something along the lines like, hey, hope you had a great holiday, or hey, happy Valentine's Day, enjoy your day with you and your family, or something along the lines like, hey, Tommy, saw you guys had gymnastics, hope you guys had a great time. I'm not texting them every day annoying them, but I'm trying to build that relationship with them so then they come to me and I'm not always fishing for trying to get conversation from them. Okay. Customer retention, you guys, is so important for you to build that relationship because guess what? They're going to continue ordering because they know, and again, trust you. Okay. So first step, thank you for your order. I truly appreciate you and your business. Get organized some way of how you're going to do it, but this is the way that I love to do it. Now, that being said, I also send out, again, $1 thank you cards. Thank you so much for your order. I truly appreciate your support in my business. I cannot wait for you to see your results. Okay. So $1 for this, $1 for note cards, and $1 for thank you cards. You can go the Target dollar section for that, or you can go the dollar store for that. Okay. Really quick before I go on, Tawny or Ashley, do you guys want to share anything about getting organized with loyals really quick before we move on? You guys are both muted.
I was waiting to see if Ashley was going to unmute herself before I started talking. So another thing that I do, I don't have that. I'm not organized. So I like I showed you, I bought one of those things to do what Allie did, and I never did it because it overwhelmed me to trying to go through everything and doing it. So on our team page, or I hope it's still on our team page, I don't know when you changed everything around, but we have loyal customer tracker sheets that you can print off on, like I said, I think they're on the team page. I'm not sure if they still are, if they used to be. And when I get a loyal customer, I write them down on this piece of paper, their name, the date that they joined, their ID. On this paper, it has a placement area. So if you placed the customer under another distributor, which is huge, because I don't know if you do like talk to your upline if you don't know what placement is, but if you do start doing placement, it is so easy to forget customers. And I used to think that I wouldn't because, like, I don't know, I have a horrible memory, so I don't know why I thought I wouldn't, but like I was so excited about the order. How could I forget that this customer is in or whatever? But you forget. And so this has on here who you place them under, and then it has a follow-up in 2 weeks, a follow-up in 2 months, a follow-up in 3 months that you can check off. It has a section for you to check off if you sent them a thank you card, because I also send thank you cards. I think it's huge. People only get bills or junk in the mail. So if they get something excited and it happens to be from you, that shows them that you're not just a dollar amount to them, that you're not just in it for the money. I don't know how much that has saved or brought relationships and brought referrals, because I've sent a thank you card and I have horrible handwriting, so I hate to do it, but people, that matters. And I do have horrible handwriting. Don't laugh at me. And then I also check in. I think that a big thing is that I'm very much me. And I used to, when I started off, I tried to be Allie, and I tried to be professional, and I tried to be like prim and proper, and not me whatsoever. So I stopped doing that and I just started being me. And like Allie said, they joined because of you. So I'm me when I comment on their stuff, which I try to pay attention to. That's something that I try to do is every so often, every few weeks or whatever, I'll grab that clipboard and I'll go through a few names or a few pages and go to their Facebooks and comment on what they're posting about, whether it's something funny or stupid or their kids or some trip. Being real on what I would actually say if my best friend Allie made that post, how would I respond? Maybe not Allie, but in general, like how would I respond to that person if they were actually in my inner circle? Because building that relationship with them is what is going to keep them. It's what's going to have them do host a post for you. It's what's going to make them want to add extra products to their order. It's what's going to make them refer their friends to you. It's what's going to make them continue to order afterwards. That and your own personal results. I think that that actually goes hand in hand with customer retention. And I feel like that's something that you may not think would, but if I'm able to tell my customer, holy shit, girl, you have got to try this Thermofite X because I have lost 5 pounds in 1 freaking week because of this new supplement, they're way more apt to want to add that to their product than before. I sell so much keto coffee and chocolate greens because I post about it and I'm using it constantly. And then they want to use it and they want to add more and they want to tell their friends about it because I'm talking about it. And so, I think that is hand in hand, but just being real and being you and building that relationship. I'm not a relationship person. I'm not a friends person, but it matters, especially if you're wanting to keep these customers and hopefully gain those referrals and those host posts, because that having that relationship with them is what's going to make that happen. So I write them down because I will forget if I don't. I send a thank you card and then I try to stay in contact with them throughout, especially birthdays. Obviously you get that notice on Facebook, but I do watch certain holidays. I'll send them something. I got thank you cards from the dollar store this last year or Christmas cards, and send out Christmas cards, which I don't even send to my own family, but I sent to customers. So, I mean, it's just those little things that you don't think matter and being real with them. The other thing that I was going to say is really knowing their goal, because if you have somebody that has a goal of losing 45 pounds and you get them started on keto coffee, that's not going to do it. And so they're not going to continue to order. They're not going to continue to want to try these products. They're not going to share. They're not going to offer it to their friends because they're not getting those results that they wanted. And a lot of that is our fault because we're not trying to find that out. You know, I don't always ask, I should. But I think that that's important. And I do that now with my current customers that if we haven't already talked about it, then I will talk about it after say they haven't gotten results, and I'll be like, okay, well, what exactly is that goal? Because maybe we need to throw in a cleanse. Maybe we need to throw in greens, whatever that is, and explain to them why that is. And then I had so many add-on orders last month because I did that they weren't upset. They weren't gun shy. They weren't like, oh, I don't want to spend any more money. They were like, oh, well, shoot. Yeah. If this is what I need, then duh. So I think it's important that we educate and not in a give me your money, but just I want you to reach these goals. This is how I would do it if I were you. This is what I think you need, and letting them make that decision, but having that open conversation. And they're more willing to have that open conversation because you're being personal with them on their Facebooks, and you're sending them thank you cards, and you're checking in on them. So that would be my suggestion. That was really long. Sorry.
Yeah, no, and I want to say really quick. So Ashley, as Tony was talking, Ashley put in the chat that she uses an Excel spreadsheet. So she does exactly what the cards do and what Tawny does, but is in an Excel spreadsheet. So that right there gives you 3 ideas of how to keep track of your loyal customers. So you could do it on note cards, like I said. You could do it on the sheet, like Tawny said, or you could do an Excel spreadsheet. So that right there gives you 3 options to keep track of your customers. Now, here's option number 4. I got this from Brianna Swindle. I know she does this. She's an Ambassador Diamond here in Washington State as well. And when you get, I would show you on my phone, but my son took my phone. But when you sign a customer, you get an email, right? That says new loyal customer, or it says new distributor. What she does is she flags those emails and puts all the flags into a folder. So then she just follows up with flags. I'm such a paper person and like visual person, so I have to have it right in front of me, but she just goes right to the flag folder every month and just follows up right there. So that's another option if that's something that maybe would work for you. And then the 5th option that you could do too is the Connect app, where our Connect app is awesome for being able to input customers and input their information and input follow-up dates too. You guys, the first step is getting them in the system. The second step is helping them take their products and how to use it. And like Tawny said, finding out their goals, finding out what they want with this. Because again, you're an entrepreneur, you're a business owner. You're not just a distributor that's signing people and leaving them. That's not our job. Our job is to help people physically and financially. So we want people to get results, but if they're turning off their auto ship after their 3rd month, it's because they're not getting results or they're not on the right product. So we want to get people on the right product. I promise you that it is worth spending a little bit of extra time getting to know them, getting to know their lifestyle, getting to know the results, or getting to know what the results they're wanting, so that you can help them get results and keep them as a long-term customer. You guys, I have people who literally spend money more than I'm like, oh my gosh, I would definitely hold off. Like, I would not spend more money this week if I were them, but they do because they trust me, you guys. And I talk to them all the time. Like last night I was dying laughing because a girl messaged me and she's like, can you just take all my money tonight? And I'm like, huh? And she's like, well, when I was with this company, I spent $40 a week on this, $50 a week on this, $40 a week on this. And she goes, I have like an extra $300 to spend with you a month. Just take my money. What do I need? And I'm like, what? Like, it was just the funniest conversation. But the way she came at me, like, she goes, it was just so real. And so I want you to remember that, like Tawny said, just be you. Just talk to them. I voice message all my people, so they just know how crazy things are. And this girl messaged me back today, and she's like, you had so much going on in the background and you took the minute to say something to me. Like, that was awesome. I'm like, yeah, it's always kind of a little crazy here. So, but just having and building that relationship, when you have your people in front of you, whether again, it's on a note card or a sheet or a Excel spreadsheet, it's so much easier to follow up. And you can do weekly, you can do bi-weekly, you can do however you want to do it. But I do bi-weekly, and then I do at the end of the month. I message them at the end of every month. Thank you so much for your business. I appreciate you supporting me. And I send those messages to them. Even if it's someone I talk to quite a bit and we joke and laugh around, I always make sure they feel appreciated. Always. Because they're spending their hard-earned money on me, a small business owner. They're spending that money on me versus going to Walmart, going to, GNC, whatever. Okay. Because they're trusting me. They're taking the time to wait for shipping because they're trusting me with their results. Now, again, you have options. You can decide what works best for you, but do it. And do it however you want to do it, but do it and stick with it. Find a system that works for you and stick with it. Now, a couple other things with retention. again, like Tanya mentioned, social media. It's easier to keep up. Sorry, did you want to add to that, Ton, real quick before I keep going? No? Okay. It's easier to follow up on social media. If you have them, you can go like their stuff. That can be a part of your 15 minutes of engaging throughout the day. 15 minutes of that engagement segment throughout your day could be just to your customers. I do that. There's some days where I just love on my customers all day long. You don't have to message them, say, to buy something. I will message them and say, hey, hope you guys had an awesome weekend. It looked like you guys had a blast camping. Okay? And if that's my follow-up message, the biweekly follow-up message, that's my biweekly follow-up message. But guess what? They're going to be more apt to open up about the results and open up how they're taking it and how should they take it and this and that. And I have had so many customers stick with me from the very beginning just from building that relationship with them. Again, thank you cards, dollar store, Target dollar section, or you can make, I know Ashley Hager makes like Christmas cards, but not Christmas cards, but something like that, and sends them out all throughout the year. Tanya, I did the same thing as Tanya. I made Christmas cards this past year with all of my customers. Like they were like, I've never gotten something from a distributor that I've bought from. So I thought that was super cool too. Really quick, before we move on, does anybody have any questions about customer retention, or maybe, because I know a lot of you today mentioned that you needed help with it and that was one of your weaknesses. So does anybody have anything that they want to add? Maybe Ashley or Victoria, Echo, Nicole, anything that you guys want to add that you do that we have not covered so far? I don't know if anybody does, but I want to throw that out there before.
There were questions in the chat.
Thank you. How are you deciding who to interact with from your list? I literally go down them. So like Leona, if you're doing, like if you're looking at orders from the 1st to the 5th, then go and like one of their posts, or like go and comment on one of their posts, or send them a quick message. And then if you go from like the 6th to the 10th, then the 6th to the 10th people go and love on them, if that makes sense. So like I'm literally 1st to the 5th checking on the orders, making sure, hey Ton, how are you loving your product? How are you loving your results? How are things going? And then I'll make sure to love on a post or comment on a post. Okay. Now I'm going through the 6th through 10th people. Again, shooting them a follow-up message, but then loving on their stuff. So basically, they're always getting something from me every month. I don't send a thank you card. I used to, and then things have gotten so crazy, but I used to send a thank you card every month when their order went through. Now signing so many customers, I'm like, I can't keep up. So I'm signing with their initials, their initial order. I send a thank you card. And if I have samples, I'll send a sample with it. If not, I'll just send a card. If you have them, you can send one with it, because I do that with, if you send a greens or a collagen or a keto energy with it, they most often will order it. A ton of my customers have done that. They're like, actually, can I add that on my next order? Or can I go ahead and put an order in of that? Amanda, could you let me know what to do if your upline places a customer under you? The customer doesn't know they're under me. If your upline places a customer under you, let your upline continue to take care of that customer. Okay, it's different with distributors because we're working as a team. We do things as a team. As a customer, they sign with that person for a reason. So I always just say, let the enroller take care of that customer still, and communicate with them. If for some reason they are not, then we'll take the next step. But I always just say, let the enroller take care of the customer still. Go ahead, Ton.
So, sorry. Samples on that. There are months that I have some products that I don't have product in stock. I'm not a person that ever will have extra product in stock. So if I have certain products, that's not true. Now I just lied to you. I apologize. I have been getting greens on the go for that purpose. But if you are sending samples, I do a lot of the times I don't send a sample and I get the same reaction. I've noticed I get the same reaction as if I do send a sample. So I don't notice a difference. So if you cannot afford to have sample products, don't not send a thank you card. But if you are sending samples, and yeah, like Ashley just said, you can use, which I think this is epic for us to have this as an option. But now that we have Keto Coffee as a product reward, I would definitely encourage you to order a few extra bags and use a bag for samples, because I think that's a huge one to sample. But if you are sending samples of a product, please do some sort of information on how you are supposed to use that product. Because if you are sending a sample of Keto Coffee and you don't somehow throw in there like, hey, you should maybe mix this with a little bit of water before adding the full amount, nobody's going to want to order chunky coffee. Not going to happen. or if you're sending Hydrate, but it has no information on what that actually does for you, like, you know what I'm saying? People want to order stuff and maybe they'll like the taste or whatever, but if you can give them some information about what that product is and how you're supposed to use it, like the new Defining Gel product samples that are coming out, I am stoked for, because I think they're going to fit in an envelope perfect, and Defining Gel is amazing. But people want to order things that they know have a benefit. So I think everybody in the world should be on greens, but people don't know what they do. So when you're sending that, Alexis just uploaded a whole bunch of little sample things that you can print off, and like the library, you can print off the library if you don't have a printer. But at least then they're getting some information about what it is, and then they're going to want to use it. The other thing I wanted to say is Allie has like super loyals, and they all respond to her and shit. I don't have that. I do the same thing. I check in when they get products, see how they're liking that. Not everybody responds to me. So if you're not getting responses, don't think you're doing something wrong. You did it. You put the effort out there. Move on. Now, I do have people that shut off their orders after the 3 months, and that's okay. They also never responded to me after they ordered the product. But then I have other people that are on there for 3 or 4 years because
that has nothing to do with you.
And I'm asking, and that makes up for those few that dropped off after the 3 months, because I still have people ordering consistently multiple different products a month. I've been in this for 5 years, and I still have customers that are still ordering from the first year that I joined this business. So don't feel bad if you're not getting those responses back, or you're having customers drop off. It's okay. It's going to happen. Keep going. Keep building relationships with those that want it, and not worry about the ones that don't.
Yes, absolutely. And it has nothing to do with you. I mean, you guys, I've had people go MIA, and I'm like, I think they like disappeared because they just don't respond. And you're like, okay, move on. A couple things really quick about follow-up. And I'm going to add your question, Amanda, into the perk point. How do you explain the perk points? Okay. Follow-up is you can do, okay, we got 10 minutes. You can do the work of getting organized with your spreadsheet, with your Connect app, with, your sheet that Tani had, or note cards, but you have to follow up. The fortune is in the follow-up. This is where, again, the lifeline of our business. So if you're wondering, like, when do I follow up? Okay, 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, you can use that rule. Or for me, I follow up every single day. So I don't really have this is when you should follow up. However, if you're thinking like, well, I don't know what to follow up with them because I've already asked them how they're loving their product and they're loving it and they're seeing results, and I've already commented, and message them about their perk points. They get 10% back in free product every single order. So I typically will say something along the lines of like, hey, Morgan, hope you're having a great Monday. Just want to make sure you knew that you had $10 in free product credit on your account. Did you want to redeem that towards a product of your choice? Would you like to redeem that towards that cleanse you wanted to try? Okay. Make sure they know about that, because anything outside of the product credit is volume towards you, and they're on another product and they're going to get more results. Okay. So again, thank them for choosing you. Make sure they know they get 10% back in free product. Make sure you're following up with the results and communicating that with them. No, that we were just talking about that, Morgan. Don't, if people place customers under you, let the enroller still take care of the customer unless they tell you take care of them. But I always say that people sign with you for a reason. Again, distributors are differently because we work as a team. We get on Zooms together. We do things together. We work the business together. We build together, right? But loyal customers join with you for a reason. So continue to love on them if you're placing them underneath people. And it's your job to follow up with them. Okay, it's your job to make sure they're getting results. It's your job to make sure they're taking it correctly. So following up, you can set a reminder on your phone through the Connect app. You can put their name in the Connect app. It'll set a reminder for you, pop up like a notification and say, follow up with Morgan today. Follow up with Chastity today. Follow up with Amber today. You can use, if you're not using the Connect app, which I highly recommend using that for follow-up. If you're not, you can use the calendar in your phone. Follow up with Tani today, 9 a.m. on March 8th. But get these dingers going. If you are not somebody that's remembering things, you know what I do? I use Facebook Messenger all the time for follow-up. And I create a reminder in the message, and I put Thermophyte X with a little heart, smiley face, or so excited for you, or whatever, and I'll put it 2 weeks out after they order. Obviously not with Thermophyte X, but all the other products I will. Okay. If somebody's like, I can't order we just had a conversation tonight, Myra, me and her did, about per customer. But they were like, how long is this 40% good for? And I said, use this verbiage. And it was, you can always get my 40% discount, but is there a better date that works for you? And I'll get it on the calendar. Okay. So boom, get that on the calendar, put a reminder in the Facebook Messenger. You can use that for your follow-up and it'll save your ever living life. Because follow-up, sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I did not follow up with that person. They're like, oh, I signed on your website. I'm like, you did not see that enrollment come through. Like someone today that was like, I enrolled on February 28th. And I'm like, oh crap. And I never thanked them. Nothing. So make sure you're thanking your people. Tonight, before you go to bed, I want you to send a thank you message to every single one of your customers. Not a card, obviously, a thank you message. Thank you so much for supporting me, my business. I truly appreciate it. I am so excited for you to get your results. I am so excited for you to get your product. I'm so excited for you to get started. I can't wait to hear all about your results. Talk to them. Just talk to them. Love on them. Okay. So thank them for choosing you. Talk to them about their perk points. They get up to 40% off of all products, right? After the third month, they don't have to keep ordering. But again, if you're recommending, if you're keeping them on the product that they should be on for the results that they're wanting, they should continue to order. Again, you follow up 1 week prior to their auto ship or a couple days, however you want to do it. Always let them know about new products. They should be the first person that you message when new products come out. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. We just came out with our keto coffee pods. I know you love the keto coffee. Do you want to try these out? Upsell, upsell, upsell. We want to get people on our products. You want to make sure that they know about them. They don't know about them if you're posting about them. I can promise you that, because how many Zooms do we do? How many posts do I do on the team page? And some of you are like, I didn't even see it. Okay. It's true. It's fact. Let people know. Amanda, yeah, shoot them a message. Just say, hey, I'm so excited. We have so many things happening with It Works right now. They don't have to know that you haven't talked to them. They don't even have to know if you've been working the business or not. Send them a message. Hey, we've got so many exciting things happening with my company right now, and we have launched so many new products. I just want to shoot you a message and say thank you in the past for ordering, or would you be interested in hearing more? Put it out there. You never know what could come from it. Also, ask them to do a host a post for you. Ask them to host a party for you. And then if they've been a distributor or loyal customer for a while, ask them to join your team. Say, hey, you love the products already. Why not join my team and make some money with me? Okay. They are the best people to get referrals from. Loyal customers have sent me the most amazing referrals. Okay. Again, samples, loyal customer, or thank you cards. Let me see here. Tag them in promotions. Ask for progress pictures. Ask for their progress pictures. People want to see people using the product that they know. So if you have progress pictures and you can post them, you can tag them, that is great business for you. Again, treat them like gold because they're the lifeline of your business. Okay. Anything else that we have 3 minutes left? Does anybody have any other questions about loyal customer retention? We didn't even get to distributor retention. So we'll get to that. But next time. But I want to know any other questions. Do you guys understand how to do it? Do you understand? Again, if you go really quick in your back office in your eSuite, if you go to the reports tab, you go to reports tab and you go to organizational explorer. You can type in your loyal customer right there and find out their first and last name, their ID number, all of that. Or you can go to the reports tab and tree viewer and hit show loyal customers, and all of your loyal customers will pull up that are directly underneath you. If you click on one of your distributors and the little arrow right there, it'll pull up all the loyal customers under them. So you can see what customers are underneath you and who to follow up with. Okay. Yes, Chas, every perk point, one perk point equals $1. Okay. I hope that you guys have learned tonight about how to take care of your customers, how to take care of your people, because it really is simple, but it's also hard at the same time because we're constantly in working mode, we're constantly in building mode, we're constantly talking to new people, but you've got to build in a day every week to take care of your people that you already have. And that's what I have learned in this business is that maybe it's a Monday and a Friday, or maybe it's a Monday, whatever day, pick a day a week, one day a week that you love and take care of your people. Or if you can multitask and build and take care at the same time, do that. But find a system that works for you and stick to it, because I can promise you your business will continue to climb. Your paycheck will continue to grow if you take care of the people that you already have. That is what residual income is all about. It's month to month, not just 1 month. It's months to come from that. All right, Ton, am I missing anything? Anything that we want to add up or finish with? We've got 2 minutes left. Any other questions? This is recorded, so you guys can go back and look at it. I will upload it to the units of our team page as well under customer retention. Anything else? Anything else you want to add, Tom?
It's not on customer retention, but one thing that I'm doing to add some extra volume this month that I wanted to throw out there really quick, with the 20% off coupon that we have now, that LiveFit20 or LiveFit20, what I'm doing that I've actually done twice today and I've added 30 BV each order is saying, so ThermoFight, for example, ThermoFight X, I'm saying, hey, you know what? If you decide to order your ThermoFight X tonight, now what did I say? Sorry. And they're ordering the ThermoFight X. I say, you know what? If you throw in the cleanse right now, I'll give you an extra 20% off. And then they're like, oh, shoot, okay. And they add that cleanse. So you're getting that extra volume. Plus, their body's going to get set up for epic results as soon as that ThermoFight comes in, or throw it in the greens or whatever you suggest. But I'm telling you, it's working. It's working like crazy for me. And I'm adding lots of volume because I'm throwing that in there. Plus, I'm helping them reach their goals. So we want them to be happy. Hold on, Jace. We want them to be happy. We want them to see results because that gets them excited. That wants them want to be distributors. That's what they want to tell their friends. So adding those products and they're going to help them reach that goal, adds your BV, adds their goals, and it's a simple verbiage that's working. So try that out and add that extra volume this month because it's killer.
I love it. We have a minute left. Make your people feel loved. Make them feel a part of It Works, feel a part of our community, our team, and feel wanted. They'll stay. They'll stay when they feel wanted. So again, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So make your people feel cared for. So thank you guys for being on. I will get this recording posted. Have an awesome night, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye, guys.